God sees it all. In Nehemiah 9:9, it says, "You saw the afflictions of our fathers in Egypt and heard their cry by the Red Sea. And you showed signs and wonders against Pharaoh and against all the servants and against all the people of his land. For you knew that they acted proudly against them. So you made a name for yourself as it is this day. And you divided the sea before them so that they went through the midst of the sea on dry land. And their persecutors you threw into the deep, and a stone into the mighty waters. Moreover, you led them by day with a cloudy pillar, and by night with fire, to give them light on the road which they should travel. You came down on Mount Sinai and spoke to them from heaven, and you gave them your just ordinances and true laws, good statutes and commandments." It says, "You made them your holy Sabbath. You made them know your holy Sabbath and commanded them to precepts and statutes and laws by the hand of Moses." So here God is saying everything that he has done for the people. God is saying that God has been faithful. It says that God saw the afflictions on the Israelites from the Egyptians. And God says, "Let me tell you about everything I did for them." And then God begins to tell us that he divided the sea. The sea, it was water. He parted the sea like it was dry land so they couldn't walk through, because he loved them so much. He wanted them to be free. He didn't want them to be enslaved anymore. He didn't want them to be in bondage. He said, "I'm going to find a way for you to leave this place and so you can rest and you can worship me." God doesn't take you out of a chaotic place just so you can go back to your ways. God takes you out of a chaotic place so you can come and serve him and you can have peace. So here he says that God took them out and he divided the sea. And he says, moreover, he says, during the day I would give them. And he says, during the day, he's like, I would guide them with a cloudy pillar and by night with fire. So God was in it the whole way. God would guide them. God would give them the light and God would give them everything. And he said that he even came down to Mount Sinai to give the commandments to Moses. And he says, and I told you to keep the Sabbath holy and commanded the precepts, the statutes, and the laws by the hand of Moses. But here God is saying, like, look at everything I did. But it says right here in number 10, it says, for you knew that they acted proudly against them. And God is saying, why are you acting proudly towards me? I did everything to get you out. Don't go back.